how to stay true to your own guidance and intuition without feeling the need to control others. Hi, my name is Leah Chantel. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to talk about getting along in a family when you're the intuitive and maybe the other people in your family are hitting the brakes on intuition. What do you do? How do you stay true to yourself without trying to control them? Let's say, for example, you have a family member who really enjoys going to the cannabis store to buy edibles and gummies, or they like going to buy beer at the beer shop. And maybe you don't really appreciate those habits. You don't really want to participate and play along with that because you know those substances dull your sense of intuition and they don't feel good to you. Well, the trouble with awakening your intuition sometimes is you can come across as a nag. So if you tell people, hey, you shouldn't be doing that, or hey, I don't want to drink alcohol, or I don't want to smoke weed, it's okay to say that for yourself, but once you get into the territory of controlling another person, that's where things get a little bit tricky. And you want to avoid doing that. So when people want to go out to buy weed or they want to go out to buy alcohol for fun, I would just not go with them. I would leave them to it to go purchase whatever they're going to purchase or go to the bar or wherever they're going to do their thing and let them do their thing on their own. You find something else that you feel is more productive to do with your time. I enjoy working. When people want to do stuff that's kind of, I don't know, something I don't want to participate in, I will just say I need to work, or I need to film a video, or I need to write. And then I move myself forward on my business while they're out doing their thing. And then they're happy because I'm not telling them what to do and I'm not controlling them either. Okay, so now I'm going to get to tip number 2, which is don't engage when people are in your space doing something you don't like. Let's say, for example, someone is basically smoking something or drinking something or eating something you don't like. I would just not engage. I would not, if they try to offer you something and you don't want it, I would just try to change the topic and distract them with something else. I really like games, like charades, for example. And there's a new card game with TikTok where you're replicating memes and you're putting them on TikTok. And I know maybe some people don't use it, they don't like it, like the Canadian government people don't like it. But having said that, for the rest of us, it's just kind of a fun charades game, you know, and it's something that can distract people away from something negative and put their focus on something positive without you overtly telling them anything about what they're eating or what they're drinking or telling them what to do. Okay, and so here's tip number 3. If the behavior of the other person is getting really toxic, like they're saying something nasty to you or they're saying something that's not appropriate, then you need to walk away or disengage. Or if it's electronic, consider blocking them, because basically at that point you need to set a boundary to say that this behavior is not acceptable. And sometimes it can be really hard to articulate why something is not acceptable. People can have really strong arguments for their bad behavior and feel like they are correct in engaging in bad behavior, and then they'll give their reasons why they are right, and they'll say you're shaming them or something. You don't want to get into that argument of right and wrong. Rather, just disengage, just say you're not going to talk anymore or you're not going to text anymore and just leave rather than get sucked into the argument and who's right or who's wrong. And that will show them that you have a standard and that you will show up to the relationship when they behave by your standards, and that you will not be available if they are going to, you know, goof off or try to walk all over you. Okay, and then here's my tip number 4, and that's you have to trust other people's journey in life. So yes, it's wonderful if you wake up on your own and you start following your intuition and you want to change your diet, you want to change the substances you're consuming. That's incredible and that's an amazing journey. But you also have to trust the journey that other people are on. If they want to drink or they want to eat like crappy food or, you know, eat a ton of gummies and get fat and die of cancer or whatever they're doing, you can't really stop them. You know what I mean? You have to just trust their journey and trust that they will learn for themselves what's correct for them and their bodies. And it could be different. Like, we're all built differently. Some of us are very tall, some of us are very petite. And, depending on how our physical body is composed, maybe we do have slightly different needs. If we're a woman or a man or a transgender, like, it could be very different what we need in terms of food or water. And so there's no one size fits all anyway. Everybody figures out where they're at on their health journey. And even if people are doing something that's obviously not looking healthy, there's not much you can do about it except trust their experience, trust them to figure out what their path is in life, and that they will eventually come around, hopefully. But if you believe in reincarnation, the truth is it may not be this lifetime. They may need to die and live again several times before they get the message sometimes. I know that sounds kind of grim, but I believe that sometimes to be true. You really can't change people, so there's no point in trying to control them. So I'd be curious for you to talk about any situations where you're observing behavior that's really naughty, but there's not much you can do about it, because if you say something, you'll come across as an intuitive nag and trying to control them, and you might make things worse. Any life experiences that you're willing to share with me about that in the comments, I'd be really curious to hear about it. And if you like this video, definitely press like, and don't forget to hit subscribe if you want to see more video content from me. I hope you're all having an amazing week, and take care. Bye now.